Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm out in the factory. Now today's Saturday, so I didn't build anything today. There's like 8 orders on the books, but those will go out Monday. So I just took the day off. We went over to Newport, bought some groceries. I picked up a prescription, went up to the dump, picked up a fair amount of firewood there, pretty good looking stuff, some of it oak. So now I'm back home and it's dinner time and it's cold in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water boiling here to cook my dinner, and then I'm going to talk about snacks. Okay, now one of the things I'd like to say about using an Elite stove is a lot of people want to know about dumping their unused fuel back in the stove, and you can do that. I'm going to have a lighter here somewhere. There we go. Yeah, you can do that, but as you use one of these stoves, you will become more and more familiar with how much alcohol it's going to take to do whatever you're doing, and there's a bunch of graphics inside of the stove which you can use as reference points. So, since I'm only boiling, basically I'm going to be boiling 1 cup of water, maybe 1.25 cups. I'm not going to need a lot of alcohol. If I was going to boil 2 cups, I'd need less than 3/4. So half of 3/4 is 3/8, which is less than 1/2 ounce. So I'm going to need a little less. Yeah, I'm probably going to need 1/2 ounce because I still got to warm the pot up. So that gives you some idea of how you can figure it. But forget the numbers. You will be able to look into one of these stoves and look at the graphics and put fuel in and know just by looking at the graphics and where the fuel level is, whether you have enough fuel or not to cook what you want to cook, depending on how cold it is and everything else. Okay, that's on. It's all blossomed out. Let me go turn the lights on so you can see what this looks like. There we go. Now I put a piece of carbon felt underneath that because I spilled some alcohol on the tabletop and I didn't want to burn this plastic tabletop. But anyway, so the carbon felt will absorb any excess alcohol. Okay, let me turn the light back on again and get to snacks. Now, when you stop at noontime, or anytime you stop to have snacks, say you're going to noontime, you're going to sit down. You're not just going to walk the entire day and eat trail mix, as some people do. That's not good for you. Sit down around noontime, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and have a meal. Rest your legs and power up with some calories. Now, there are a million ways to go with a meal that you're not going to cook. You don't want to cook at noontime, get stove out and everything else. First off, you're going to have a hard press to find a flat spot to cook, unless you cook right on the ground. I usually find a log somewhere or a rock somewhere. Preferably if I can get my back up against something, that's deluxe. But I usually don't. I usually end up sitting on a log somewhere with your hiking partner. And basically the tabletop you've got is your lap. So anything you're going to make, you're going to have to be able to make it in your lap. So you don't want to get too complicated. Okay. I told you about the tortilla wrappers. Grab one of them, and this is tuna salad sandwich ready. It has celery, mayonnaise, and everything in it. You take that, rip the top off, take a tortilla wrapper, squirt some in. You can get probably 2 or 3 with these small wrappers, sandwiches. Okay. Now, besides that, if you want something to drink, if you have a water bottle, and of course you're going to have a water bottle, you can judge about how much is in there by taste. And this is liquid grape Kool-Aid, all sweetened and everything else. Just give it a couple squirts. It says 1 squirt to 8 ounces, so you give it a couple of squirts. And instead of just drinking plain bland water, you can actually have some Kool-Aid with it. Now, there's other ways to go. Deviled ham is a good way. Now, they make these in cans half this big. This is a lot of deviled ham. I'd probably go with a half of one, but if I'm out backpacking, I'm really hungry. Yeah, this is 360 calories in this can, so that's a good jolt. Now here's one of my favorites. You say, well, I don't want to carry a whole jar of peanut butter. Well, okay. The rule of thumb is, water's boiling. The rule of thumb is that you want 125 calories to the ounce. Okay. Let's see if we can get this tuna in now. Ooh, she's boiling good. 125 calories to the ounce, or about 2,000 calories to the pound. Now, get this in here. Ooh, that's good looking stuff. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Now, I'm going to have potatoes with that, so I'm going to dump in, I'm going to dump in a half a package of these potatoes. That's the theory anyway. How I'll know when I've got one half? Good question. I'm just going to wing it. I actually don't even want the lid on that. I want that to cool so I can eat it. It's already cooked. And I've got enough there for another meal. Okay. You want about 2,000 calories to the pound. 125 calories to the ounce. Now, although you're going to carry this for quite a while, and it does weigh 12 ounces, it's just short of 4,000 calories. This one is cashew butter, but peanut butter is within 10 calories one way or the other. And you can put this on everything, like, you know, if you want a treat, you can put it on a tortilla wrapper, or if you're only out, if you're going out the first couple of days, you can carry fresh bread with you, you can carry fresh fruit, and a lot of things, you know, using your judgment. On the first day, you can have like an Italian sandwich with you, and it'll last in your pack for one day. You're going to eat it at noontime. But as the time goes by, you will find those things you have in your pack, even if they don't spoil, they'll get what I call a little dog-eared. After bread and fruit and stuff has been in a pack for a little while, bouncing around, it gets pretty beat up, and eventually I've actually thrown stuff away because it was too beat up to eat. But that's neither here nor there. You probably already know that. And you do want to get all the calories you possibly can, so you may want to supplement with something like dried fruit. Now, I've got the wrong glasses on here. I had them on last time too. These are my driving glasses. But 5 slices of this is 140 calories. So 5 slices is just a little over an ounce, and this is 4 ounces, so before about 600 calories in this bag. And this is dried mango. It's really good. It goes real well with your tuna and tortilla wrappers and your Kool-Aid, or with your deviled ham, and it makes things interesting. Now, another thing I want to tell you is you want to plan it out so that you're not eating peanut butter every day, and you're not eating deviled ham every day, and you certainly don't want to be eating tuna every day. There are enough different combinations there, so you could have tuna one day, and deviled ham another day, and another day peanut butter, and another day beyond that something else to break it up. That way you look forward to your meals. But if you're eating the same thing every day, like trail mix, you're not going to enjoy your backpacking trip very much. Okay, there's my dinner. Mashed potatoes and tuna. Okay. So if I'm just snacking when I'm going along the trail, I might eat a little trail mix, I might eat some beef jerky, but I want to sit down once a day and have a fairly big meal and consume hopefully 1,000 calories for noontime meal. Now let's see how this is. You know, I got to tell you, I didn't remember this being quite this good. This is excellent. I'd eat this, you know, in the evening, you're cold and tired. This is a good meal. Take a couple wrappers with it, maybe bring along some tubes of jelly, you know, put some butter in it to hop up the calories, have some Kool-Aid along with it, and for where you are and the situation you're in, as hungry as you are, it'll be a good meal and you'll enjoy yourself. And don't ever forget, the #1 reason for backpacking is to enjoy yourself. And if you're out there and not enjoying yourself, then stay home. I know a guy that he used to not filter water because he didn't want to carry a water filter. It was too complicated and too heavy for him. So he treated all his water with iodine pills and then put Gatorade in them to hide the taste of the iodine. And all he ate, honest to God, all he ate, the only thing he ate was this powdered stuff you mix water with. It's got grains in it, kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it, kind of an oatmeal-y type thing, and that's all he ate. And his pack always weighed 65 pounds. This guy did not enjoy himself backpacking. He considered, it was a matter of pride for him to carry a 65-pound pack and suffer. The more he suffered, the more he felt he'd accomplished. And the guy climbed a lot of mountains. He did a lot of backpacking. Don't do that. It's not needed. He was eating one day, and I said, wouldn't that be a little better if you had some butter in it? Oh, it's too much cholesterol. My cholesterol's high. I can't eat any of that. I said, okay, well, if you didn't have high cholesterol, would you use it? Oh, yeah, I'd put some in a minute. It'd be a lot better. I said, okay. This is margarine. It doesn't have any cholesterol in it. Yeah, read the labels. You can save yourself a lot of grief. Okay, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today, and try to have a really great day. Didn't take too long to mix up, did it? Maybe 4 minutes? Bye-bye.